For me, that always resonates really true. Even when I read it out right now, it just makes me feel really good. And I know that when I do that, I can always draw back to that. Even if and I will say, when you're in practice, it's not always rainbows, sunshines, and unicorns, right? Like, if you've been in practice long enough, you'll know that there are going to be tough times. So for me, I always drew back onto this. I always pull this out, always read this. One of the other things we do as NYC as a test is we do this every quarterly meeting. We always revisit our mission statement, make sure that we all resonate with it, and that it holds true on a regular basis. For me, I always come back to it if I'm feeling a bit, like Lydia said, a bit average, so I'll always do that. But the thing that is really important for me was I had to work out how to come to this. And like I said, it's going to take a little bit of time if you sit down and do this. There's a lot of questions you can ask yourself. The one that really stood out for me was what it was that I stood for. Maybe it's something that you might find useful. For me, it was about honouring the innate ability of the body to heal. And it's about sort of empowering lives to every individual to live a sort of like a really vital lifestyle. But most importantly, for me, it was about serving my community with love, authenticity, and purpose. I needed to make sure that captured everything that I wanted to do on a regular basis. And then in turn, I infused that mission statement to everything. And I mean everything, all right? So for example, my floor plans, the first time I put my floor plans up, it was I had my mission statement next to me. I had to think about everything that I was trying to achieve by doing that. And I sat down with the architect, and he was kind of looking at me like, what do you got this thing here for? It was actually quite good. And then the colour scheme. The colour scheme was important to me. The flow of the office was really important. The shape of the reception desk. All of this had to create a certain energy that I knew was going to work for me and our team. The way the actual adjusting area was going to be, we have an open plan adjusting area. I wanted to know how we were going to flow the practice members in and out of the office. Our kids' corner, how we were going to structure it, what sort of things we were going to put, what sort of mural did we put on it. One of our beautiful practice members actually drew that for us. And it's a magnetised wall, so you can actually put little magnets on that paint. It's magnetised paint, so you can put magnets on it. But kids keep stealing those magnets. But yeah, they're great. They're sort of photos of every kid that's ever actually. And Clara's actually on that picture on that wall there. So Clara was obviously a practice member before she became a CA. Now she's a chiropractor as well. But they're just all the kids that have come to the office and still come to the office now as adults. And so these things are really important for us. For me anyway, to establish what it was that I wanted from the practice. And the most important thing is I wanted to make sure all of our practice, and I mean I'm talking everything, so not just this, but it was also my systems and procedures. The way I spoke with the new practice member, the way I spoke with my ongoing practice member, the table talk that I did, even to the point of hiring my team. I had that infused in the ability, like what I wanted to achieve by hiring a member in the team. Because I wanted every practice member, as well as every team member, to have that understanding and be sort of connected to something bigger than themselves. None of this would have been possible if I didn't have that clear understanding of the chiropractic philosophy and what it meant for me. I think it's really important that you spend that time, like I was saying, to establish that. Now, the other thing that I think is really important in building that sort of thriving practice is to be able to have that connection you have with the practice member.